And we are wrestling with NXT Stand and Deliver. Takes place next Saturday in St. Louis, Missouri. The factory at the district. I mean, you couldn't even get a fucking arena. Kind of sucks. I'm kind of thinking the poster. It kind of seems a la Star Wars a bit. That doesn't necessarily suck. And yeah, this is the first Stand and Deliver that will stand on its own outside of the shadow of WrestleMania. I think that's um I think that's a good thing because normally Stand and Deliver gets overshadowed by everything else that's happening during WrestleMania weekend because it's WrestleMania. And usually the takeover shows were the highlight of WrestleMania week. But obviously not anymore. It went to two nights. um it got relegated to a breakfast show. And Shawn Michaels be like, I'm not getting up in the morning to produce this shit. So I think that this was the best move for them. Get the more eyes on the guys and girls, and maybe have a bit of, um, a bit of press from the news that will actually maybe last a week, before we head into WrestleMania. Funny enough, if you are in America, this will be on YouTube, so for free. So free 99, always appreciated as well. So let's get into it. Not all of the matches have been announced, but um, we can more or less, predict, what this is going to kind of be. Um, the Vanity Project, Brad Baylor and Ricky Smokes, defend against Edo Bortwright, Channing Stax Lorenzo, and Uranus Canos, or Los Americanos, Bravo and Rayo Americano. Um, Funny enough, the whole the Americano paradox, let's call it. Um, it's just so bizarre because their faces, El Grande Americano the second is a face in Mexico. The OG is heel. The States OG is face, and the second is heel. And in NXT, the second and the Americanos are faces. So I mean, it's just fucked up completely. So I don't. I mean, Boatwright are heels. So I mean, and Vanity Project are heels. So it would make most sense for Los Americanos to be going in this match. They had a great match against Vanity Project a couple of weeks ago, so it would make sense for them, um, to get their comeuppance against Americanos. I'm sure they could have a great match as well, and kind of get the crowd going. So I would say, yeah, Americanos would be the best option here. Um, that being said, Vanity Project would make the most sense to win, as Los Americanos does not go there. So if you do not go there, then you shall not win a title. Right. Then we have the North American Championship match: Miles Bourne versus Johnny Gargano. I don't think we're going to see Johnny Takeover because these are not uh, takeovers anymore. They are just branded pay-per-views. PLEs, I should say. I think Johnny could have a really good matchup with Miles Bourne. I dare say that they could have match of the night, if I'm being completely honest. Um, yeah. Um, I mean, if he's depressed Johnny, depressed boy Johnny Gargano, then I mean, we're not necessarily going to see much. But considering how much he loves NXT, I don't see Johnny not showing off in this match. So, yeah, it's going to be a good match. Miles will more than likely win, I would say. Then we have Zarya versus Sol Ruka. And fuck me, people are actually going for Zarya. They think about uh they think about it like Kaliko do, that Sol Ruka's a bad homie. Um, or maybe they just know that Sol is leaving them and they're just kind of mentally preparing themselves. Because Zarya is, in my opinion, sour grapes. She has nothing to be angry about when it comes to Soul. And it's just insane to me how the crowd is getting behind Zarya. I don't know, maybe they feel sorry for Zarya because they know that this is it for her. Once Soul leaves, she's Janetti'd out of the company. I mean, maybe that's a bit harsh, but she's definitely getting Janetti'd for sure. Um, yeah, I would say, in all seriousness, I would say Zarya has to win this match. If she doesn't win the match, then what was the point of her turning heel to begin with? So definitely Zarya. I definitely think Zarya should win. For sure. Whether or not she actually wins, that ceased to remain, but that would be where smart money would lie. All right, that takes us to NXT Women's Championship match. JC Jane to the beat. Hey, you don't even have to move your feet. Um, versus either Kendall Gray or Lola Vice. Well, I mean, I'm partial here, so I'm maybe not the best person to ask. I like Kendall. I mean, the crazy the most crazy thing that could happen is that this is made into a triple threat. Um, if Kendall wins, JC will win the title, retain the title. If Lola wins, then I would maybe say Lola would go on to take the title from JC. Um, I mean, then again, I there is just the option that JC retains. I mean, JC's a juggernaut with that title. And she's quite arguably the best NXT Women's Champion that we've had in quite some time. Like she really knows how to run with it, and she just does such a great job in that position. It's insane. So, I mean, it would not surprise me if she just held on to it any which way you look at it. If it was a triple threat, my money would be on JC as well. So, I mean, she deserves a stand and deliver title retain as well. I mean, the last time I went with JC, she lost, and my girl Lola is in there. So you know what? Fuck it. Let's get this girl Lola Vice. That brings us to the main event, the last match. The reason everybody is in St. Louis. Fatal four-way match for the NXT Championship. Joe Henry defends against Ricky Saints, Ethan Page, and Tony D'Angelo. Don't even fucking know why D'Angelo is in this match. He had one match against Dark State, and now he's in it. Okay, sure, why not? Um, I do feel Ethan Page is going to be called up sooner rather than later, probably the night after Mania. So, bye bye Ethan. That takes him out of the equation. Um, I don't see them giving it back to Ricky Saints. Tony D'Angelo will never hold that championship. So, I believe in Joe Henry. All right. I believe that will conclude our coverage of NXT Stand and Deliver. We'll have a full review of this show in 2 weeks. And that will conclude this show as a whole. Thank you for listening. If you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment. But on YouTube and Castbox, this was sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. Join us this Tuesday as we interview Class Kincaid, this Wednesday as we interview Mayari, and every Tuesday and Wednesday for new incredible interviews. And follow the show at Wrestling with E, both on X, and Instagram for information on who we're interviewing, when we're interviewing them, links to those interviews, and so much more. Follow me personally at JamesJ993. For Kaliko Yachts and Scooter Dust, I am James J, and this has been Wrestling with Entertainment.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.